In 1953, a man later alleged that his father had discovered and frozen the body of a juvenile male Bigfoot.
My father acquired the Bigfoot September 23, 1953. And when they acquired them, they were so immense that they had no other choice, with most of them, to dissect them, cut them up so that they could get them out of the swamp. Now this one in particular isn't that big, but it is still a very large creature. Now it's desiccated because it's been in a freezer 65 years, give or take.
He stated that the creature was acquired on September 23, 1953, and claimed that many of the beings recovered during that period were so massive they had to be cut into pieces to be removed from swampy terrain. This specimen, while smaller than the others, was still described as unusually large. After approximately 65 years in cold storage, the body was said to have dried out and shrunk significantly. He noted that one foot, severed just above the ankle, had been removed and preserved separately in its own bag. The body itself, described as standing over 6 feet tall and fully covered in hair, remained frozen for decades.
You can clearly see it's a male, and as we go around to the back side, there's the foot that matches up perfectly. Definitely came from this animal. It's been frozen with this animal for many years. You can see the toenail there to the foot. That's where the other foot was removed. It's been frozen, it's all desiccated. You can see the gluteus maximus here is. Now you can see the face. They always seem to look similar, and they always sort of like have that grin. I'm not really sure why they're grinning like that.
He maintained that the detached foot fit the body perfectly and had been stored alongside it the entire time. He described the dried appearance, visible toenails, pronounced musculature, and a facial expression that appeared to hold a fixed grin, something he claimed was typical among similar specimens. According to his account, the being was not human, possessing powerful muscles and relatively small human-like feet.
There is a lot of conjecture on the internet about these creatures and these specimens in particular, and I can state factually that the DNA has been checked. We've checked the DNA, but it comes back of an unknown origin.
He asserted that DNA testing had been performed, but claimed the results were either degraded or identified as unknown. His belief was that these entities functioned as biological recording devices for the Greys, which he argued explained the absence of skeletal remains. Despite widespread skepticism and unresolved questions, he remained convinced that the frozen body was not folklore, but tangible evidence. Deep in the remote mountains near Mission, British Columbia, something unusual was caught on camera. While hiking along a quiet logging road, 2 hikers were photographing the surrounding scenery when they noticed movement far in the distance. A tall shape stood out against the landscape. When they zoomed in, it appeared as an upright figure, larger than a human and not moving like a bear. The hikers watched closely, trying to understand what they were seeing, leaving one unsettling question. Could this have been a Bigfoot roaming the wilderness? Began as an ordinary hunting trip, quickly became something far more disturbing. On the final day at camp, a hunter set up his blind near an elk wallow, hoping for a last opportunity to spot game. The forest was still, interrupted only by rustling leaves. As he remained motionless, he recorded something he never expected. Roughly 30 feet away, a large upright figure stood partially concealed by a bush, appearing to watch him. In clear daylight, its facial features were briefly visible. On October 12, 2025, a man walking through a small wooded area in Idaho noticed 2 upright figures in the dimming light, one tall and one noticeably smaller. He pulled out his phone and recorded a short video that soon spread online under the title, "Bigfoot and Baby Spotted in Idaho." Still, the central question remains unresolved. Was this truly a Bigfoot pair, or merely people wearing costumes? A massive figure, first reported at an oil site in Alberta, later appeared again at a horse ranch during sunset. As the ranch owner drives in circles around a burning brush pile, his focus stays fixed on the fire, unaware that a tall silhouette stands motionless beside one of the horse shelters, partially hidden by falling snow. He continues circling the flames without ever noticing the dark, upright shape remaining perfectly still near the structure. It is only afterward, while reviewing the footage, that he realizes something, or someone, had been watching him the entire time. Deep in the Mississippi swamplands, a hunter's quiet stakeout suddenly shifts into something alarming. A large presence seems positioned just beyond the trees. He notices movement behind him, and while waiting for hogs in the fading light, expecting typical wildlife, he slowly turns around, only to see a massive dark form crouched beside a fallen cypress. Its broad shoulders and upright head look unlike any animal he recognizes. He watches in stunned silence as the figure rips into the stump with unusually large hands. Off in the distance, the sound of a truck echoes down the road, and the shape suddenly rises to its full height, appearing to stand nearly 7 feet tall. Fear sets in and he runs, his mind racing. Had he just seen the legendary skunk ape in action? A man hiking up a mountain trail claimed he noticed a Bigfoot traveling along the path ahead of him. He indicated what he believed was the creature slipping into a nearby cave, stating that he had seen an even larger one just moments before. However, he never captured the figure on camera, only his surprised reaction. Without any visual proof to back up the encounter, many viewers remain doubtful of his account. When a man collected his trail camera to review its recordings, he was stunned by what he saw. The footage showed a massive, fur-covered figure deep in the forest. It appeared to have a cone-shaped head, elongated arms, light-colored shoulders, and an imposing frame. No one can say for sure what the creature was. Could it have been Bigfoot? And if it was somehow staged, the realism of it all was disturbingly convincing. In the Sayan Mountains, a hiker named Jeannie Lomakin captured footage of a strange figure moving along the edge of a river. The silhouette appeared tall and hunched, completely covered in hair, and walked in a manner that did not resemble normal human movement. Around the same period, hunters near Salakar discovered massive footprints sunk deep into the snow, far larger than any human tracks. The trail suddenly changed direction before disappearing into the forest. Many believe the creature may have been the Almasty, often referred to as Russia's version of Bigfoot. In the middle of a dense, overgrown field, a trail camera captured a strange and unsettling image. The photo showed a dark, human-shaped figure, with a head that appeared slightly elongated. No one can say for sure what it was. It could have been a solitary ape passing through the area, or possibly the creature people rarely speak about, Bigfoot, with the precise location never revealed. Verifying the reality behind the image remains almost impossible. While hiking through the mountains one evening, a man noticed something large and dark moving across the slope. The figure was walking upright before disappearing behind the trees. He managed to record only a short segment, and the footage reveals very little, but that lack of clarity almost adds to the credibility of his story. He couldn't identify what the figure was. However, with numerous similar reports coming out of North Carolina, one explanation stood out: Bigfoot. Even so, nothing can be confirmed with certainty. A photograph shared online was claimed to show a Bigfoot deep in the forests of Texas. The figure appeared tall and broad, covered in dark hair, with long arms hanging close to the ground. Some people quickly dismissed the image as a setup, while others argued it seemed authentic. However, no further information about the encounter was ever provided, making it hard to view the image as a confirmed Bigfoot sighting. What began as an ordinary walk through the woods quickly became unsettling. Something seemed to be nearby.
He's still up here. Or something's up here.
Or perhaps something else entirely. As a man moved through dense forest with his dog, he stopped to check his trail cameras. Suddenly, sharp knocking sounds rang out, breaking the silence of the trees.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
Intrigued, he pressed forward and soon noticed a large figure standing along a ridge. When he started recording, the figure responded aggressively, hurling rocks in his direction. He stopped immediately, realizing this was not behavior associated with any normal animal. While hiking through the woods, an individual noticed something out of the ordinary and snapped a quick photo. Later, a black and white version was shared on the Bigfoot subreddit. The image seemed to show a dark shape positioned behind a fallen tree stump. Some viewers believed it could be a Bigfoot, while others immediately dismissed the idea, saying it was clearly just a stump. In the end, most agreed there was nothing unusual at all, only a tree stump seen from the right angle. Still, for a moment, people couldn't help but wonder if it was the real thing. A trail camera hidden deep in the snowy forests of Idaho captured an image that shocked many viewers. The photo appeared to show an ape-like figure standing in the cold, its thick, dark fur dusted with snow, while its exposed face showed features that seemed almost human. No one knows who set up the camera or the exact moment the image was taken. The snow clinging to its fur suggested it had been outside for a long time, enduring the brutal environment. Idaho has a long record of Bigfoot reports, making it possible, but certainty remains elusive. While hiking in the Wallowa Mountains roughly 2 miles outside Joseph, Oregon, near the upper portion of the Wallowa Lake Tramway, a man reported an unsettling encounter. He stopped briefly to take in the scenery when he noticed movement among the trees. Initially believing it was another hiker, he quickly realized it was something else, a tall, dark figure covered in fur, partially concealed behind a tree and seemingly watching him. He froze, snapped a quick photo, and quickly made his way back down the trail. Many believe the image may show Bigfoot, a creature long rumored to roam Oregon's wilderness. For years, people have debated whether Bigfoot is real or simply a legend, but this footage has pushed many to reconsider. In the clip, a massive, upright figure is seen gripping a tall pine tree and violently shaking it with a level of strength that's hard to account for. The force looks unnatural, bending the tree back and forth with alarming ease. Despite the video's grainy quality, the creature's size and the intensity of its movements are unmistakable. Whether authentic or not, the footage leaves viewers questioning what they witnessed, completely shaken. While deep in the forests of Michigan, a hiker came across something unexpected, a footprint measuring nearly 16 inches in length, far larger than any human track. The discovery immediately raised a troubling question. What kind of creature could have left a mark like that behind? A TikTok user was recording his screen while exploring Google Maps on a tablet. After entering Street View, he stopped at an open field surrounded by trees. As he rotated the view, a figure suddenly appeared. It lacked clear facial details, yet seemed to be facing directly toward the camera. No one can say with certainty what it was. Some think it could be a statue or a concealed Google Easter egg. But if that isn't the case, it raises an unsettling possibility. What if it was actually a Bigfoot? In August 2024, a young girl was recording lightning from her bedroom window. The lights inside the room were on, and everything appeared normal until the video revealed 2 bright points forming above the doorway, glowing like a pair of eyes. Seconds later, they vanished. There was nothing on the wall inside, and when the family checked outdoors, nothing was there either. Her mother replayed the clip multiple times, but couldn't find a logical explanation. The lights resembled eyes staring from empty space. What could it have been? Bigfoot or something else entirely? Wendy Wilson, an explorer and photographer, posted an image that seemed to show an ape-like figure partially concealed behind a metallic object. The photo was blurry, but it quickly caught the attention of Bigfoot enthusiasts, who believed it might be proof of the creature's existence. Others pushed back, arguing that a professional photographer should have captured a much clearer image and suggesting it may have been sourced online. The location was never revealed. So did Wendy actually photograph Bigfoot, or was it simply another staged image? A live camera installed to monitor eagles ended up recording something completely unexpected. Mounted high in a massive tree, the stream normally showed the quiet routine of a nesting pair of bald eagles. But far below the branches, an unusual movement appeared on the forest floor. A dark, upright figure walking beneath the nest with slow, deliberate strides. The figure crossed the clearing before vanishing into the trees, leaving viewers with a puzzling mystery to interpret. In central New York, a woman discovered long, uneven scratches running nearly 10 feet up a tree in her yard. Portions of the bark had been torn away, and a faint path in the grass led directly to the trunk. Some people speculated it was the work of a bear or cougar marking territory, while others joked it resembled something Bigfoot might leave behind. However, closer inspection showed the marks didn't match any known animal. There were no claw impressions, bite marks, or tracks. In the end, specialists determined the cause. The tree was a white ash, likely damaged by woodpeckers and emerald ash borers. A tour bus driver named John Vickers was guiding passengers through the Everglades when he recorded something unexpected on the roadway ahead. A dark silhouette briefly passed through the vehicle's headlights before slipping into the surrounding trees, leaving everyone on board questioning what they had just witnessed. Was it the legendary skunk ape, or simply an unidentified local figure moving through the swamp after dark? What do you think that shape really was? Just days later, another local claimed to witness a similar creature during a quiet morning drive. This time, the report came from a woman named Jan Brock. Jan Brock was on her way to work early in the morning when she noticed something strange crossing the road ahead. At first, she assumed it was a bear, until she paid closer attention to how it moved, almost upright, almost human in its motion. The blurry figure quickly vanished into the trees, leaving more questions than answers behind. If it wasn't a bear, then what did she actually see that morning? Do you think this could have been a skunk ape or something else entirely? Jan chose to stay silent about what she saw, concerned that others might dismiss it as her imagination. But later that same day, her neighbor encountered what appeared to be the same creature during his own morning drive. Rather than stopping in fear, he followed it briefly and managed to take a quick photo. The image is blurry, but it clearly shows a dark, upright figure moving through the trees. It isn't detailed enough to confirm what the creature was, but it's more than just a verbal account. So what do you think both witnesses saw lurking in those woods? Workers at a construction site in Alberta, Canada, claimed they witnessed something enormous emerging from the fog along the nearby tree line. One of them raised his phone and began recording the shadowy presence. In the raw footage, very little can be clearly seen.
Oh yeah, okay, now I see something, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of coming over the...
Yeah. Oh, just through the tree.
Most of what's captured is audio, with the workers reacting to movement in the mist and commenting that whatever they were seeing looked like it was growing a tree. Later, YouTuber Thinker Thunker stabilized and enhanced the video, revealing a clearer view of the scene. A large, dark shape appears to be standing at the edge of the forest, and it seems to lift a full-sized tree with a single arm before throwing it an estimated 30 to 40 feet. Does this footage show a Bigfoot caught on camera? Or is it a prop, a trick of perspective, or someone in a costume displaying incredible strength? The answer is up to you. If you're searching for a supposed Bigfoot clip that offers a much closer view, this next video has certainly caught attention. The uploader explained that fruit from his apple and pear trees had been disappearing night after night. Assuming a raccoon or another common animal was responsible, he decided to set up a camera to find out. When he reviewed the footage the following morning, he was shocked by what appeared on screen. Like many unexplained videos online, the clip quickly sparked debate. Some viewers argue the face looks like a mask or a puppet. Others claim it couldn't be fake, pointing out what they believe are blinking eyes reacting to the camera's light. Meanwhile, some insist there's no eye movement at all. Watch the footage and decide for yourself. Did this person capture a real Sasquatch peering through the window, or was it simply a staged hoax? Share your thoughts in the comments. The so-called albino Bigfoot has become a subject of debate among residents of Carbondale, Pennsylvania, following a series of unusual reports and strange noises coming from the nearby woods. Several witnesses claim to have seen something resembling a monkey or ape, despite no such animals living in the area. In one account, a homeowner heard odd sounds coming from the forest behind his house late at night. Curious and uneasy, he grabbed his video camera and stepped outside to investigate. What made this encounter stand out from typical Bigfoot sightings was the creature's appearance. It appeared to be covered entirely in bright white fur. As expected, the footage sparked heated discussion online. Many viewers argued it was simply a person wearing a costume and mask. Others, after closely examining the video frame by frame, insisted the figure's eyes seem to blink and its mouth appears to move as it turns away from the light. So the question remains, was this truly an albino Bigfoot caught on camera, or just someone in an impressively realistic white Sasquatch suit? The conclusion is up to you. After the neighbor's blurry photo, attention returns to David Sheely, a man who spent months monitoring the Everglades in hopes of witnessing the creature himself. One afternoon, he dozed off in his chair, only to be jolted awake by the sound of movement in the swamp nearby. Startled, he grabbed his camera and took several photos of a dark, upright figure moving in the distance. Seeking confirmation, Sheely later shared the images with archaeologist Bob Carr, who believed they represented compelling evidence of the creature's existence. But what do these photos truly show? A genuine skunk ape? Or simply another shadow hidden in the swamp? Squatch Mafia takes a deep dive into one of America's most haunting cold cases, drawing connections between legendary Sasquatch sightings and the disturbing Missing 411 phenomenon in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. They revisit the mysterious 1969 disappearance of 6-year-old Dennis Martin, who vanished from Spence Field while playing a game of hide-and-seek. Despite one of the largest search efforts ever conducted in a U.S. national park, the child was never located. The case took an even darker turn when a witness reported hearing a horrific, unnatural scream and seeing a shadowy, man-like figure concealed in the bushes nearby, moving with astonishing speed. Was the Dennis Martin case a tragic but conventional disappearance? Or does the chilling witness testimony suggest something far more unsettling at work in the remote wilderness? What do you think really happened to Dennis Martin in the Smokies? Todd Standing, a highly debated Bigfoot researcher, presents what he claims is undeniable photographic evidence of Sasquatch, captured deep within the Canadian wilderness. This short highlights a striking, heavily enhanced close-up of a supposed Sasquatch face, an image Standing says appears almost like an artist's illustration, yet insists is entirely real. The photo showcases detailed features, including the eyes, nose, and distinct fur patterns. Standing argues that this level of clarity supports the creature's existence. Critics, however, counter that the images and techniques used are overly manipulated. So is this the true face of an elusive cryptid, or a carefully crafted illusion? Decide for yourself. Does this image convince you that Bigfoot is real? Squatch Mafia ventures deep into the remote forests of Litchfield County, Connecticut, an area not typically linked to Bigfoot lore, to examine recently resurfaced footage.
Where is he?
He's coming on. He's there. He's gonna pop up in a minute. There he is, popping up. Paper berries. Lots of berries.
Let's see him.
He's over here now.
Oh shit, he went too fast. I didn't catch him this time. I didn't catch him that time.
This segment presents an enhanced version of a mysterious video, said to have been recorded by a local resident. The clip appears to show a large, dark figure moving on 2 legs, traveling quickly and with purpose along the tree line. Does this footage point to the presence of Bigfoot in Connecticut, or is it more likely a large bear or a person misidentified by the camera? A reappearing video dated January 7, 2003, appears to show a large, snow-covered figure moving near a remote mountain settlement. The footage resurfaced on October 13, 2025, under the title Massive Yeti Caught on Camera. It was originally filmed by a man working on his property after he noticed a shape blending into the snowy landscape, prompting him to record it with an older camcorder. Skeptics claim the clip likely shows a person wearing a costume, while others point to the visible muscle definition and the way the fur seems to follow the body's contours. Details they argue would have been difficult to convincingly fabricate with early 2000s recording equipment. The renewed discussion has also revived interest in long-standing Yeti legends from Himalayan cultures, where tales describe a powerful, guardian-like being living in high-altitude regions. Whether the footage captured something unknown, a mistaken identity, or a carefully constructed hoax remains open to interpretation. What do you think? An authentic early encounter or a convincing illusion? A recently shared photo shows a tall, dark figure standing completely still on a remote forest road. Blurry, yet clear enough to ignite debate online. Its posture, apparent height, and the unusual bend in its knees have led viewers to question whether the figure is a person, an animal, or something harder to explain. Around the same period, a separate encounter was reported near Plum Creek in Monroe County, Michigan. A father and his 12-year-old son were bow fishing when they heard a heavy impact in the trees and briefly saw a large, upright, dark figure moving smoothly through the brush. Both later submitted their account to the BFRO, which noted that their descriptions aligned closely and that the setting matched previous reports from remote, wildlife-dense areas. Whether these events suggest something unexplained or are simply misread, natural occurrences remains unclear. What do you think? Coincidence, misidentification, or something truly unusual? A newly surfaced video from Big Hill Pond State Park in Pocahontas, Tennessee, shows a park employee casually filming himself while talking about recent sightings when something unexpected appears behind him.
What this is about. The threat is real in McNairy County. There have so far been 6 reportings. People are getting very close, reporting the smell of burnt tires and dog breath. Brother, that's Bigfoot, and he's coming. So far, we've looked around.
As he speaks to the camera, a brown, upright figure can be seen moving quickly through the tree line in the background, immediately sparking debate online. Some viewers argue the timing feels too perfect, suggesting the moment may have been staged. Others point to Tennessee's long history of reported encounters, dating back to early pioneer accounts describing strange calls, wood knocks, and wild hair-covered figures roaming the Appalachian forests. The man who filmed the clip insists the incident was entirely unplanned and that whatever passed behind him was real. Whether the sighting was coincidence, a deliberate setup, or something unexplained remains uncertain. What do you think moved through the trees that day? A misidentified animal, a hoax, or something far more mysterious? A group of outdoor explorers in Oklahoma shared trail camera footage recorded while checking equipment deep in the forest. Earlier that night, they reported noticing strange signs in the area and believed they briefly saw a tall figure moving between the trees. When they later reviewed the camera, it revealed a close-range clip of a large, upright shape entering the frame shortly after another animal set off the sensor. The figure appears muscular, moves with a slow, purposeful gait, and remains partially concealed by the surrounding trees. Some viewers believe the footage shows a Bigfoot-like creature, while others argue there may be a more ordinary explanation. What do you see in this video? A trail camera positioned deep in a remote, snow-covered forest in Idaho captured a strange image last winter, later shared online by an unknown outdoorsman. The photo appears to show a large, primate-like figure moving through the cold, though no one has come forward to explain exactly when or how the image was taken. Viewers have pointed to the figure's heavy build, dark fur dusted with snow, and unusually distinct facial features, making it one of the more widely discussed Bigfoot-related images in recent months. Idaho has a long record of reported sightings, ranging from early Native American legends to modern encounters described by hunters and hikers. So what are we really seeing here? A misidentified animal, a person wearing extreme winter gear, or something unexplained caught at just the right moment? Take a look and share your thoughts in the comments below. Last winter, a landowner in a remote part of Canada installed an HD trail camera after noticing strange activity around his property. What the camera captured quickly ignited widespread debate online. The footage appears to show a tall, dark, human-like figure standing partially concealed among the trees, its size and movement far different from anything the owner expected to see. As the figure shifts position, Snow is knocked loose from a nearby trunk, briefly revealing its full height and the thick, dark fur covering its body. Some viewers believe this could be one of the clearest Bigfoot clips ever documented, while skeptics insist it's nothing more than a staged scene involving someone in a costume. With Canada often cited as a hotspot for reported encounters, the video only adds to the mystery. So what do you think? An elaborate hoax, a misidentified animal, or something we still don't have an explanation for? A hiker walking through a fog-drenched forest in Washington recorded a short but compelling moment earlier this year. As he filmed the misty surroundings, he noticed a tall, dark shape moving slowly ahead. An upright silhouette that appeared unaware it was being observed. The unusual gait, rigid motion, and the way it slipped back into the fog quickly sparked discussion online. Some viewers believe the heavy fog helped obscure the figure, allowing it to blend into the trees before disappearing completely. Others point out Washington's long history of reported encounters, which only adds intrigue to the footage. Even so, the clip offers no clear confirmation of what was seen. Was it a shape distorted by fog, a misidentified animal, or something that defies easy explanation? A recently circulated photo taken in a dark, isolated forest has drawn attention online due to its unusual level of detail. While the exact location hasn't been verified, the image appears to show a tall, upright, ape-like figure with visible muscle definition and a partially exposed midsection. Features some viewers argue look too organic to be part of a costume. For decades, most Bigfoot claims have been supported by grainy footage, fleeting eyewitness reports, or footprint casts. Clear, high-resolution imagery has always been the missing element, leaving many to question what truly convincing evidence would look like. Whether this image brings us any closer to that answer is still unclear. Does it show something unexplained, or is there a more ordinary explanation behind what's captured?